Shalom, shalom. This is the brother Amawan coming to you with another lesson through the spirit and power of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. First and foremost, I want to start off by giving all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Rakah HaKodash. As always, double honors goes to our apostles and elders and bishops of Great Millstone who rule well. And peace, blessings, and salutations to the brothers out there that are pushing this word in the name of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai in truth and in sincerity. The hopeful elect, those that are, brethren in this, brothers of the Heavenly Father Yahweh, man. And also blessings to the remnant of Israel destined for salvation. So I want to start off by reading this chapter, Romans 8. I'll just get straight into it. So it says, there is therefore now no condemnation to them which are in Hamashiach Yahweh Shai, who walk not after the flesh but after the Spirit. For the law of the Spirit of life in Hamashiach Yahweh Shai have made me free from the law of sin and death. For what the law could not do, in that it was weak through the flesh, Yahweh sending his own Son in the likeness of sinful flesh, for sin condemned sin in the flesh, that the righteousness of the law might be fulfilled in us, who walk not after the flesh but after the Spirit. So, we're in a constant battle in this truth, a daily battle of trying to walk in the Spirit, man, because we're not perfect. But we have Yahweh Shai to thank for giving us the grace in order to keep striving towards that perfection, man. Right? So I'll read that. It says, for they that are after the flesh do mind the things of the flesh, but they that are after the Spirit, the things of the Spirit. So, as I said, we're constantly battling, man. You have to sometimes take a step back and examine yourself, because you can get caught up in this world, man. All right? And even the smallest of things, you might find yourself engaging in a conversation that is not holy, man. That is not, that is too of this world, man. We have worldly conversations because, of the simpler things. If you understand what I'm saying, you might talk about something, a movie you watched or something. That's different. But there's a carnality, man, that is going to bring you towards sin and then towards death, man. Verse 6 says, for to be carnally minded is death, but to be spiritually minded is life and peace, right? Because the wages of sin is death, man. Right? So, because the carnal mind is enmity against the Most High, for it is not subject to the law of Yahweh, neither indeed can be. So then they that are in the flesh cannot please the Most High. Right? But ye are not in the flesh, but in the Spirit. So, if so be that the Spirit of Yahweh dwell in you. Now, if any man have not the Spirit of Hamashiach, he is none of his. And if Hamashiach be in you, the body is dead because of sin, but the Spirit is life because of righteousness. Because our bodies, man, is what brings about the sin of the carnality, right? And I'm reading this for a purpose, man. I haven't said the reason yet, but there are people involved in this truth, that claim to walk in the Spirit, man, right? And when it comes to the time to actually engage in the Spirit and to be spiritually minded, to apply the scriptures, man, they ain't doing it. All right. I'm not about to put any business out there, but there's people in this truth that call themselves brothers who don't act brotherly, man. All right, who and we've witnessed that. All right, throughout the time that I've been in this truth, I've witnessed it. I will say that. I'll speak for myself. I've witnessed that. All right, fake ass Negroes, man, who are pretending to love brothers, to have brotherly love. You know that they have a connection to brothers, but you can sense it, man. Sometimes you can't, but sometimes you can sense it through the spirit, man. All right, you can sense the falseness in certain brothers. And I'm not putting anybody's name out there. I'm talking in general right now. All right. But ultimately, it's revealed, man. Because that carnality comes out. That carnality takes over. Right. We're in this truth, man. You're supposed to be ready to die for your brother. All right. Forgiveness is key. Forgiveness is key, man. Look, even if you do not you don't have to. And I'm not saying you have to get on with every brother you know. Right? Because wasn't it Peter and Paul? Someone can correct me if I'm wrong. That had enmity towards each other, man, over certain teachings, man. Right? But they didn't act wicked towards each other. Because what? Because we are brothers in Hamashiach Yahweh Shai, man. All right. So the Lord, there's laws, man. You're supposed to love your brother, man. You're supposed to forgive your brother, whether you like him or not. Because this ain't about respect to a person. This ain't about you having to like everyone in this truth. That's not what this is about, man. If the Lord has blessed the brothers that you're surrounded by, man, then there's gonna be true love between you and your brothers, man. And those that aren't of that will get weeded out. All right, because they're, going back to what we was just reading here, man. It says, I'll read verse 9 again. It says, but ye are not in the flesh, but in the spirit, if so be that spirit of Yahweh dwell in you. Now, if any man have not the spirit of Hamashiach, he is none of his, man. And so they get cast out, man, because the spirit is not, they're not in the right spirit, man. All right. If a brother's done you wrong, man, right? The scripture tells you about forgiving, man. Right? Matthew 18:21 says, then Peter came to him and said, Lord, how oft shall my brother sin against me and I forgive him? Till 7 times? Yahweh shall saith unto him, I say not unto thee until 7 times, but until 70 times 7. Right? So no matter what, man. Right? There's no carnal behavior. You're not supposed to call out your brother or attack your brother physically and all this bullshit. All right? Because if you do, you're fake, man. You're fake. Right? You are fake. Let's read that again, man. What did Yahweh say? He said, I say not unto these until 7 times, but until 70 times 7, man. That's a commandment, man. All right, that's a commandment. You've gone against Yahweh Shai, and you've gone against Yahweh Bar Shem Yoshai. You've gone against your brothers, man. You've gone against the scriptures, man, and the laws, man. All right, that's not how we move in this thing, man. Right, you're supposed to privately engage with your brother, and if a witness need be, you bring a witness in, man. But ultimately, the goal of the matter is to come to a conclusion and forgive your brother. And even if and you can forgive your brother, it doesn't mean you have to like that brother, man. You don't have to be best pals, man, best friends. But to verbally or physically attack your brother, right? You're going off, man. You're going off completely. John 15:12 says, "This is my commandment." Yeah, this is my commandment. Yeah, not a request. It's a demand from Yahweh Shai, man, that ye love one another as I have loved you. Greater love hath no man than this, that a man lay down his life for his friends, man. That's how strong the bond is supposed to be between brethren, man. That you will die for your brother, man. Why? Because we believe in what you, because Yahweh Shai is our brother and he died for us, man. Are we not supposed to walk like Yahweh Shai? I'm doing my best to not become emotional with anger while I'm doing this lesson. I have to let you know this. All right. Obviously, I'm bringing this out because of a reason, man. You know, but like I said, I'm not going to get into that. But this has to be said. All right. So if you're willing to lay down your life for your brethren, man, right? You got no business trying to put hands or lay harm to a brother, man. Right? Yahweh Shai told you. It says, verse 14, "Ye are my friends if ye do whatsoever I command you." So if you ain't doing what Yahweh Shai commands you, you're no friend of Yahweh Shai, man. You're his enemy. If you see if you're a friend or an enemy, man. So you're an enemy of Yahweh Shai, man. Let me read that again. "This is my commandment, that ye love one another, that I have loved you, as I have loved you. Greater love hath no man than this, that a man lay down his life for his friends," man. There's a lot of guys out here faking the funk, man, or the spirit is just not on them anymore, man, and they just don't even moving correct. They're not even moving correctly anymore, man. This is I'm pretty sure Apostle Tahar said, man, that a sifting is occurring, man. All right, so and I'm speaking to myself first and foremost, man. This is why we have to try and be as strong as we can in this, man, because I don't want to be sifted. You know, there's brothers in the, you know, I'll put it down straight up, man. There's brothers in this that are stronger than me in the spirit, man, who are more knowledgeable about the scriptures and all of that, man. All right, obviously, but you know, my thing is this: we got to you know, obey the commandments, man. Obey Yahweh Shem Yahushua. Stay humble, man. Stay humble and apply the scriptures when necessary. You know, like I said previously, man. You know, that there's that fine line between being carnal and being spiritual. All right. And I've had to back myself out of certain situations or conversations because I'm realizing that, hey, you know, I'm becoming, you know, this conversation is becoming a little bit more carnal than, you know, I want to be engaged in, or you know when you're around people that aren't singing this from the same hymn sheet, man, that aren't singing the same song like of the scriptures, man. It's easy to fall into that trap. You know, you go to work, you're around other people who are talking shit all day long, and you know, sometimes you get involved in their conversations, man. And that's just an example I'm giving you. All right. Yahushua said that again. It said it previously. He said, listen, it says this, John 13:34. It says, "A new commandment I give unto you, that ye love one another as I have loved you, that ye also love one another. By this shall all men know that ye are my disciples, if ye have love one to another." So if you ain't doing that, man, you ain't a disciple of the Most High, man. Matthew 22:37, Yahushua said unto him, no, it's like let me read up just to get the context. So Matthew 22:34, but when the Pharisees had heard that he had put the Sadducees to silence, they were gathered together. They were always out there trying to test Yahushua, his spirit, man, trying to test his knowledge, man. Right? One of them, which was a lawyer, asked him a question, tempting him and saying, Master, which is the great commandment in the law? Yahushua said unto him, Thou shalt love the Lord thy power with all thy heart, and with all thy soul, and with all thy mind. This is the first and great commandment. The second is like unto it, Thou shalt love thy neighbor as thyself. On these two commandments hang all the law and the prophets. You see that? Hang all the law and the prophets, man. Seen a lot of fake love, man, in this time that I've been in this truth, man. We've seen a lot of guys fall by the wayside, and I'm saying this as a warning, man, to myself first and foremost, man. All right, it's always when you bring these lessons, man, you always got to be putting yourself in the frame first. The scriptures tell you to examine yourself daily, man. The brotherhood is important, man. We're here to the scriptures talk about iron sharpeneth iron, man. We're here to keep each other up, man. To keep each other's spirits up through the scriptures, man. Through because we're singing the same song, man. All right, we believe the same things, man. The scriptures say, "Can two walk together lest they be agreed," man. So we have to be in an agreement of while we're all there, while we're all teaching this, and while we all go out and meet at a camp and teach the word, man. Because, we're in this flesh, the same way a brother can be at carnal towards another brother and do him wrong, a brother can make mistakes, man. All right, a brother can make mistakes and harm a brother, man. All right, we're in the flesh, man. So what do? You ask forgiveness of your brother, man. And then your brother's supposed to forgive you, man. He doesn't have to like you. I don't mean in the sense that he must falsely, accept your apology and falsely forgive you. I'm saying, what I mean by that is, not every brother has to have a connection, all right? That's what I'm trying to say when I say that. All right, not every brother has to have a connection with another brother, man. The only connection you should be having is this truth. Or the only connection you have to have is this truth, I will say. Psalms 133:1, it says, Behold, how good and how pleasant it is for brethren to dwell together in unity. The amount of times brothers say how much they love, we obviously it's about the work, but brothers always say how they love, when it's weekend and it's camp time, man, just to see the brothers just to speak of one accord, man, to have that real brotherly love, the connection that we have through Yahushua. These are men that are coming from all different places that have come together on one accord, man. And that shows you how strong the Spirit is in itself. Anyway, man, I'm going to close out on this, because I hope the message is put across, man. You're supposed to, have sincere love for your brothers, man, and show it through the precepts, through the scriptures, man. All right. But anyway, look, the scriptures tell you, man's goings is of the Lord, man. How can a man then understand his own way, man? If the Lord's gonna make you do things, man. The Lord has his perfect way of disposing of those that he has no use for, man. All right, and we're gonna see a lot more of that as through the Spirit, Apostle Tahar has proclaimed it, man. All right, you're gonna see men that are held in a higher esteem and position than yourself fall into the wayside, man. All right. So with that, man, I want to give all the praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shai, B'Hashem Meklah HaKadosh. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone who were well. And peace and blessings to you sincere Archeum out there. Sincere brothers, man, doing this work in the name of Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shai. All willing, this was edifying. I'll say shalom to the next one, man. Shalom.